This case here, there's no instant wave clear from him. Froggen has to stand in the middle of the lanes. No instant wave clear. Same for JWoww. So Elements doesn't have a safe way and a fast way of stopping Origen once they start grouping with Varus and Corki. So as long as Origen doesn't do anything stupid for the next 5-6 minutes, gets a Trinity Force, they can group, and there will be very little room for Elements to make anything, honestly, unless they can get a TP in and force a team fight.
Yeah, one of the terms that Crepo likes to use is the comeback mechanic. Elements are lacking one. JWoww forced to flash after the equalizer sub-optimally used. Nevertheless, it will get a lot of damage on the tower as well as the summoner spell. Mithy and Niels looking for a caterpillar. Not going to find one this time.
As long as Origen as well doesn't get baited into some objective where they get engaged on. Let's see what happens mid though, because amazing he's the guy engaging on Froggen.
And not going to connect. There's 2 Qs for the QQ on Froggen. A little bit of damage, but no CC. Summoner spells up for both Peke and Froggen. Even on CS, they both backed, and Amazing's going to at least tag this dragon out. So, Elements not around to respond. Remember, Tabs backed a moment ago. Not available, and Origen have started this off.
Yeah, simply because Tabs was running from base, they knew they could start it. Worst case, they can always just back away. They have a lot of members around it. TP is ready, but Source already moved down, so you can always just TP back to the top lane from Origen. Maybe bait one out from JWoww himself. He's coming in now. And there is the disengage instantly.
Not going to work out. Dragon's been interrupted. Elements will be securing the crab as they peel away. But Origen, I think crucially, get JWoww's teleport. So if Origen want to set up a play in the next few minutes, Soaz will have his equalizer and have the option to respond.
And we just talked about this, how the way for Elements to stop Origen from grouping or to stop the siege if Origen is already standing there hitting the tower or poking away is by teleporting in from the flank, teleporting in behind. That's how you can try and start the fights here. Nif still delaying his talisman a lot, if he's even going to build it. Dexter is going to be the guy then jumping in with him at first, while JWoww has to run down or stand with the team, because again he has no TP for the next few minutes. So Origen simply just baiting it out. Very risk-free play, because as you can see, as soon as the teleport was there, they just backed out. Went back to standard lane, said, okay, you have no TP now.
Dexter looking for the knock-up, not going to find it, but he does get the Chain of Corruption. Pekka's landing a couple of auto attacks with that Blighted Quiver, and actually used his Ghost as well, just to put even more distance. The back was interrupted, and when we look at the items, JWoww appears to be going for a little bit more of a damage build. Components of Phage. Mithy, batter, swing and a miss! Not a miss, a dodge, maybe. Tabs flashed. Not really sure if that would have connected. Oh. Better safe than sorry.
A bit of a panic one for him. But yeah, obviously didn't want to get caught. Even on his own turret. Nif was nearby as well. Tabs plays it very, very safe. It's what he's been doing, honestly. He's been a very safe AD carry for Elements, and often he just stays in his lane for a long time. Even when he's hitting certain power spikes, he likes to just continue farming. And it has been a bit of the mentality for Elements all split long. The whole team is like, just one more wave. One more wave, then I'll go back, and then we can group just one more wave. And while it can net you some quite nice farm, it can also end up just hurting you because you're so slow.
Yeah, the problem is that one more wave mentality doesn't help when you're losing almost every time. Tabs is down 6 CS on average at 10 minutes and down 14 CS on average at 20 minutes. And if you look down, he's even further behind now at 14.
Tricky for him, the fact that they were against his Thresh as well with his own Alistar, so a bit of a disadvantage support-wise in terms of the applying pressure in the lane. And then he lost the fight for the level 2 early on and already got denied about 10 CS from the start. Also ends up dying once, so not been an easy laning phase for Tabs. Nif is going in though.
So Nif is going to get caught by that death sentence, Unbreakable will to break the chains. And we do see the Lantern to get Niels to safety. The rest of Origen are coming and they're looking for a diving party, but Dexter is going to scream. And Void Rush as well. 3v3 if anything were to break out. Teleport for Soaz, nothing for JWoww. Soaz calling the bluff. Look, he's in the jungle in the top half.
It's all part of the build-up. Soaz doesn't even have to join because he has teleport ready, so Elements are just saying, okay, we're just gonna give it up. Because we know if we try and contest it with 4 members, Soaz is gonna join and we won't be able to do it. Only reason for them to maybe try and force his own teleport was so JWoww could take the top tower down. instead decide to back away. Bot lane had been pushed down already. Origen has been setting up this play for a few minutes. And they are just taking it super slow. No reason to take any chances, just wait for your spikes, then you can start making the plays.
I think it's amazing about Origen though, is in the 12 games they've played, they've secured 10 of the first dragons. That is fantastic objective control, and they've done it again. Amazing has now dived in for the dive. Chrono Breaked out to safety. A little bit awkward. A lot of damage has been placed on that tower. Some really weird engages around this bottom lane over the last couple of minutes.
I don't think Origen had any vision on where Dexter was. So in case he wasn't in the bottom lane there, you had a 3v2 dive being set up against Taps with no flash because you used it before. But as soon as they saw Dexter, it's like, okay, I'm playing Echo anyway, just dash back out to your ulti and you're safe. Once again, we'll have a lantern as well for Mithy. It's about setting up potential plays and always having a way out. Always having a safety plan or an escape plan for Origen. And it's been the same when they start Dragon. They're like, okay, if you're moving down, we just disengage, we take the next one. This dive here, Dexter's here, back out. And as you can see, Element's not been able to really punish them for some of these plays.
Mithy's going to look to punish Elements. He's got those Moby Boots roamed up top. Niels, Trinity Force completed. Man immune for Peke for a little while. And almost a Haunting, guys, as well as level 11 for Soaz. So Origen are effectively enabled now. The Go switch has been flicked on.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of finding the right objective. Origen, again, talking about stats, picked up the first tower in 9 out of their 12 games. We'll see if they can do it again.
And they should be getting this bot lane tower very, very soon. Once Mithy returns down to the bottom lane, there's a double ward being set up top for Elements. That one in the bush and then one outside. There where we saw the pink ward from Origen. You can see Amazing also being spotted by the same one. That's what's going to happen if you expect them to pink defensively. You just take it outside the bush around the corner. But Origen, this bot lane tower is super low. You have a spike on your Corki. You can push that one in very safely and just take down the tower on your own. And then you can start grouping and landing this poke here. Dexter has to start pulling off some plays. Otherwise, Origen can just keep controlling the pace of the game.
Tremor sense. Dexter knows Amazing is there. Equalizer is up for Soaz. We're going to engage. JWoww is going to throw down the knob, but Amazing Chrono Break dodged it. Equalizer's not Amazing as Dexter and JWoww are in retreat. Parallel Convergence comes down. That's going to stun Dexter. The burnout is coming down, and Amazing gets the kill. The second one of the game for Origen.
Really well played by Amazing. As soon as he saw Nard jump in, he pops his ulti. As you said, he dodges it. 2 towers going down because both the lanes have been pushed down over and over and over. Elements suddenly fall really far behind in goal. Playing the top lane, 2 lanes winning on the bottom side of the map. Origen, nice goal lead in the mid game. And it's not going to be a lot easier for Elements the next 10 minutes. Varus is only going to get stronger and stronger at this point here, up until we reach like 4 items on him.
Elements full well knew that was happening. Dexter had the tremor sense, but just the reaction time from Amazing was incredible. Dodging the stun. So Origen, 2,500 gold up. Needlessly large rod now picked up for Soaz thanks to the assist and the global gold of 2 towers. Why go Haunting, guys, when you can just get flat AP? Mithy's looking for a death sentence. JWoww is getting chunked down. Niels, he feels he's got the damage. Hex Drink is gonna pop. Niels is diving. Easy, easy. 3rd kill, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, standard swap here from Origen after they got the bot lane tower. Mithy is very aggressive from the start, knowing he could chase the kill down with. Niels, of course, there's gonna be another tower in the top lane then for Elements, unless, oh sorry, from Origen. Unless Dexter and Frog can do anything to defend it.
And to Fisher, we're going to go back to the lack of wave clear on Element's side if they're in trouble. But Froggen should be able to nom Niels with the help of Dexter. Emo Plague's out. Niels will trade his life for the tower. I think fair trade, but maybe not needed.
Tower would have gone down anyway. Clearly just not expecting Froggen to roam up with Dexter here and kill them. But yeah, as we highlighted, you just mentioned, so slow composition from Elements with so few answers to a poke comp. And Origen has been setting up for this from the start. They took the Corki in the first rotation and the Echo. We see a lot of teams really liking the Echo jungle in these poke comps because he's so good at you know, kiting backwards, he has the slows, and then there's always this threat of him jumping back to his shadow and getting into the back line. He used his W to zone as well. So Origin showed it in the start. An Element still win for this comp here with so little wave clear.
Elements will secure the first tower of the game. It is up top, thanks to that roam from Froggen. We're still going to be keeping an eye on the itemization from Nif. He's picked himself up that Forbidden Idol. Still holding on to the Relic Shield. See whether or not he opts to change that. And then a slight change in the build path for Blade of the Rune King. Tab's gone for the recurve bow, thanks to the percentage damage built into his W, whereas Niels has got the Cutlass.
Yeah, you just have to get that talisman. You need that mobility. It's so important for you to start these fights. How on earth is Froggen ever going to get in and hit the backline of Origin if there's no extra mobility or someone to start the fight for him?
I agree, and I like the fact that Dexter's working his way towards the lockets as well. Against all the burst that can come down on the side of Origin. Froggen's going to eat a death sentence and a chain of corruption. It's Chain City from Origin. Going to get burned away through the Ignite. Hemoplague simply not enough, and Mythy's looking for more. Voidus comes down. A flash into Piercing Arrow. Pekka needs to burn through 250 HP. One more auto is enough, and Pekka gets another.
Origin have full control of the bottom side of the map here. They've already been setting up for this dragon. They got the first one. Elements feeling like we have to move in. We have to try and stop them, see if we can get a team fight maybe around an objective. Just simply getting caught out, no vision. You have lost the map. You're at the point where Origin is so strong in the mid game, both as a team, but also with the composition they're running. And they're looking very strong.
This is something that we didn't really see from Origin yesterday. In their loss to the Unicorns of Love, some questionable decisions in the mid to late game. Origin with a very clear game plan. Got themselves 4 towers, got themselves a second dragon. Pekka's even going to snipe that before Amazing can smite it. And here's this play again. Look at the chains into chains.
It's simply just Elements have barely any vision down this river here. The ward was placed after it already got caught out. So you just walk in and it's so easy for Varus from a Thresh to just land these skill shots when nobody's obviously dodging them because they don't really know they're coming. Origin then secures the second kill, secures the dragon.
Oh, I love the slow-mo dramatic zoom in.
And Pokecoms, they love these dragon stats here because, like, more damage to minions, better wave clear, movement speed from the third one. That's going to be crucial because, of course, you want to be able to kite back all the time, faster rotating between the lanes. Tower damage from the fourth, like, all of them really benefits a Pokemon really well.
Yeah. Technically, minion damage from the fourth.
Is it?
Changed a little while ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's all right. It's all right.
Nobody ever cares about those normally.
I do. You just said it. I care.
Yeah, but because now Pokecoms are being played, so they care. But before that, it was like, team fight, yeah, kills, yeah, digging. Dragon, don't care about dragon.
Keep digging. I can give you a shovel.
Good old dragon.
I asked a question about dragon. We've got a clear answer so far. Origin in a power spike, in a composition spike, and they have rumble. Origin
wouldn't that fit into the composition spike?
Theoretically, yeah, it would. Whew, so snippy today. Origin could also look towards Baron in a few minutes' time. They're not quite Fnatic, but if they want to pull elements towards them, you're going to have that option and, you know, pretty early Barons on average for Origin as a team.
Yeah. When you're running Pokecoms, though, you don't really have to go towards Baron before all the outer turrets are gone. The tier... Oh, sorry, the...
Inner turrets.
Inner turrets.
There's only 2 remaining.
Yeah. Get those 2 down, and then you get to the point where the base can be a little bit tougher because you don't really want to dive. You want to sit and poke, but then there's not very far back to the base to heal up if you're Element, so it's a bit easier for them to defend and maybe potentially set up a flank. That's where Origin can start baiting around this Baron here, get the Baron buff, and then, of course, use that to push down against Element and just be even stronger. But it's also, the problem for Pokecoms is that you don't want to fight around these objectives, because you don't want to be stuck, grouped up, in a position where you can't really poke. No. So yeah, it's kind of funny. They want the Baron, but they don't really want to fight around the Baron.
Luckily, Rumble and Echo will help that out just a little bit.
A lot.
if Elements do decide to commit. Dexter's now been caught out. Death Sentence comes in. Nif has got the Pulverize down, and that equalizes better. Nif is being burned through that Unbreakable Will, but he's tanky for days. Death Sentence connects, and that's not going to be enough. Will get burned down by Soaz. Mythy's looking for more. Death Sentence will be up in a moment or two, and Tabs is on the wrong side. Dexter's come in for the knock-up, and the Hemoplague's caught. Another Death Sentence connects. Froggen is down. Dexter, Tabs follow, and Origin find 4, as well as the inner turrets.
And Origin saying, we don't want that Baron right now. We don't want to start baiting right now. We can just keep grouping. There's no wave there from Elements. There's no real wave for them to engage onto us. So let's just sit here and poke. Slowly, we just pick out one target. We have this Varus to lock down one. We have, of course, the Thresh. Apparently yesterday I keep talking about Varus ulti being a stun. It is a snare, Trevor. Today you learned. So he's snaring a target.
Okay.
And then they kill him.
I don't know that. Did I say
I know you. No, I know you know that. I said it was a stun.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dexter just gets caught out. Despite a good knockup from Nif, Origin just too much damage. Too focused.
Not even here, all the members. Pekka right now is zoning 2 guys up here. Just slowing them. Look at that snare. Missing. Sadly. Doesn't even matter at this point for Origin. Just keep poking in. Mythy's looking. Someone ends up getting the ulti from Froggen, but Elements still only stuck 3 guys. JWoww hasn't even been able to join yet. He's still on the other side of the wall.
And Amazing gets a double stun for the parallel convergence. Really good mastery. What Amazing is doing with Echo today, Dexter did not do with Echo yesterday.
Difference as well. Amazing is more focused on hiding back and having targets run towards him, like run into it. Dexter yesterday had to be the guy engaging the fights, and that's obviously where people are running away. So it becomes a little bit harder to land it for himself. But yeah, Origin definitely looking strong, and suddenly only 1 outer turret is left, or inner turret.
Look at all of these Aegises. Dexter's got one, Mythy's got one.
He's gonna go ban up command.
Even a Locket finished for Amazing. And we just see the Talisman of Ascension picked up for Nif. 27 minutes in, when your team is 8,000 gold down. Might be too late.
Yeah, to be fair, he hasn't really been getting any gold. 1 tower for his team. That's about it. And then you got like 25 CS on the Relic, and that's
just not enough at the moment.
No, it's tough being a support in this case. You know you really need that item, but there's really no way for you to get it faster. And yeah, gonna get ban off command on Mythy. Better pushing. JWoww is still, I mean, if he's in a one-on-one, we talk about his Black Cleaver, his Hexdrinker, he's gonna beat Soaz, he's gonna be able to take down towers. So it's up to Origin to say, we're not gonna allow you to sit here and just be a split pushing threat. Instead, we're gonna take over the top side, because then we have the Baron control, and we go for this last top turret here for Origin. So they're dancing around it. For now, Elements has done a very good job reading the situation and pre-warded everything. Let's see if they can use it.
Problem is, despite all the strength JWoww has, with his CS advantage, with the damage, it's just not equal. Tabs still hasn't completed that Blade of the Ruined King. 3 deaths to his name versus Niels. Blade of the Ruined King, BF Sword, Sork Shoot, and a Triforce. It is just such a disparity in damage between these 2 carries. But now, I guess, the pressure is on. Origin, 29 minutes with a poke comp. Poke comps have extended our average game length this week. It was 44 minutes yesterday. And we might be a little while away from closing this one out, if all things stay statistically the same.
Even though these poke comps often spike in the mid game, closing out the game is just so much harder. Again, you don't have this massive dive. You can just roll over people if you have that goal lead. No, you need to keep landing that poke. You need to set it up properly. And even if you're 10,000 gold ahead and when you have like Varus Corki, you still have to respect the fact that the enemy team can get to your carries and kill them very easily. Again, Froggen, at this point, yeah, 2.5 items completed. If he gets to sit one-on-one with Pekka, he will kill him. So you always have to like properly set up your pushes here. You have to ward your flanks. You have to start setting up Baron at this point, because there's no other towers you can really go for. And that's also, again, a slow process, because you don't want to risk being caught in the middle of this Baron pit and then forced into a team fight where you didn't land any poke before.
And it's something that I think we undersell Froggen a little bit, I think, because of the team struggles. But Froggen traditionally has done well this split. He's farmed effectively, he's put a lot of damage down. He is roaming, but it's just not feeling like it's an impact at the moment. And, you know, the stand-up performance in my mind, when you think of Elements versus Roccat, where Froggen was on Vladimir. He was allowed 30 minutes to go uncontested, and then he basically just won the game. It's going to be so much more difficult as we hit 30 minutes. The Elements are down in every single stat in this game.
I would just like to see Elements go back to easy engage. Prepper's gonna hate me for saying this. The likes of Maokai. It's super simple in terms of how do you start the fight. Just as an example, of course. We might also have to see Froggen change up the champions he's playing. Maybe he shouldn't be sitting on these scaling teamfight mages because the rest of his team and like him together, obviously like as a team together, they're not very good at setting up these fights properly. Maybe he needs to play Varus, Jace, these poke champions instead. But it's not about finding the right engages. Dexter, he's going in on amazing though.
So 4 members are caught. Chrono breakout, Lantern to safety. So as it's teleported in, and Dexter's gonna get roasted alive. Now Tabs is the focus. He's peeling away. Nif is in the river with Unbreakable Will, and Froggen is simply not in the fight. Peke burns through him. Tabs now may get caught by the parallel convergence. We've actually changed targets up top. Niels has recalled his, it seems like
dramatic.
Tabs and Soaz are picking up kills elsewhere. Mithy, I think, got Soaz out once again. And what looked like amazing getting caught results in 3 Elements dead.
Just buying so much time, building full tank, and always jump back to his ult and get a bit of HP. And you don't really want to invest every single cooldown into killing this Echo jungle, so enough time for Origin to move in. They're going for JWoww. All planned.
Little miss from Mithy. He went for the flash play. JWoww said not today. Origin, however, still in complete control.
You still see it. Origin don't want to start the Baron, they just want to keep baiting around it. We get a fight then, and the whole thing resets. Origin wins the fight, but it buys more time for Elements. Obviously, it makes the game go a bit long. Let's see it again. So they're jumping on Amazing in. You don't want to invest everything into this tank Echo. So Amazing can buy enough time. You can also jump back to his ulti, lands a stun on Dexter. TP comes in, nice Lantern, and now Origin saying, we are enough members, we can turn it around. Great counter engage, started by the hook, and of course Soaz joining. And now Dexter, again, taking a lot of damage.
Niels almost able to find the kill. Not super tanky yet for Dexter. Cinderhulk, Locket, and Tabby. It's really all he's got to play with. And as we said, Niels well on his way to the Infinity Edge. Niels Vayne yesterday, not particularly impressive, looking a lot more comfortable on Corki. JWoww, I think he's going down. Gonna get a 3-man gnaw, but there's no one from Elements to back him up. And JWoww teleported in just to get taken out.
Yeah, Elements saw Origin start the Baron. Felt like they had to react instantly. Origin just quickly turned around and picks up another kill for themselves. Still no Baron, still alive. We haven't seen a push quite a while. It's just been dancing around it. Also 3 dragons for Origin, so they can also just go back in a minute and a half and get that one. Now there is a flank being set up, but Elements only have 4 members. And Froggen and Nif getting jumped.
This is not good. Hemo play comes out. Froggen's gonna Sanguine Pool, but he was rooted for a few seconds. Kill for Mithy, kill for Peke. And with a 5v2, Origin heal backwards for Baron. It's just going from bad to worse for Elements.
And Origin just always have wards on the flank, so they see everything. I'd also realized Elements have been putting wards outside the Baron pit, just around the corner where the pink ward inside couldn't see it. Double pink started, 3 members alive from Elements side, but they're all being zoned away. The scary Mithy is not Peke here, it's Mithy doing the work.
2-0
smacking that ward as well.
Mithy's got massive impact in this game. Empowered recalls. Origin.
And now they got the Baron. And now the poke comp is going to be like, we are super strong.
Now, only now.
Oh, no, okay, okay. We are even stronger than before. And now we have this Baron. We buff up these minions here. We have no TP, sadly, for Soaz, but they can still take 2 lanes at least next to each other. And Elements should not have a chance of clearing. And also, the Banner of Command has been completed. Baron buff, Banner of Command. And I believe you buy an Elixir of Iron. I was reading this on Reddit. Something like if you buff up that cannon minion, it only needs like a few seconds to almost destroy a tower. Don't remember the exact math on it, but
Dexter's in
trust me.
So much trouble. Equalizer comes out. Chain of Corruption spreads, and they snipe Tabs down. Take a look at Nif in the middle of the team. He's going to be the next to fall. Death Sentence connects once more from Mithy. I can aimbot this game. Double kill for Niels. Soaz continues to use that Flame Spitter, and Dexter forced to run away. Queen of the Xur side, tail between
oh,
the
the cannon
legs.
minion. Boom.
And Origin break open the base, crack down the inhibitor, and set their sights on the Nexus. 15 seconds before Tabs is up. With that Baron buffed Siege minion.
Clearly the MVP.
Baron of command. Origin with a dominant victory over Elements.